Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Quick video today, how to make cheap wheels look more expensive, right? I'm just finishing up my VRD carbon build here. This was my Trucks of Freedom from Vanquish. And I was kind of bummed that I didn't get fancy Vanquish wheels, but I did get some nice aluminum axles and overall really great experience with TOF. Got a VRD carbon kit and some cool stuff. But again, kind of bummed I didn't get wheels. So I went about figuring out how to make some of my older cheapy RC Lions brand Amazon special beadlocks, how to make them look a little bit better. So I'll show you guys what I did real quick. And I think it looks pretty amazing and super inexpensive. So I've had these wheels for quite a while and they look okay on here, honestly, but I really wanted to kind of spice them up a little bit. So I picked up these red anodized beadlock rings off Amazon and a Injora Scale hardware kit. So let me get you guys in here closer and show you what we got going on. But yeah, you'll see more of this build coming up soon. I just made a little flatbed here with a little drop in the center out of Kydex. Got my interior mounted here, did a quick little paint job. I am going to be doing like an overland rack on here. I know it's crazy because it's a comp crawler, but I've been into like just doing more scale stuff lately and not so much like comp crawling stuff. So I wanted to see what I could turn this into, and I think it looks really cool so far, and we'll see how it turns out. So stay tuned for that, but let me show you guys what I got going on here with these wheels, and hopefully it helps. Okay, so here is the before, and I was never a big fan of these big uh, cap head screws in the beadlock rings. They kind of overwhelm the whole wheel. I don't know. It just kind of sick of looking at that. And here's the after. I mean, that's a huge difference. These look like they're way more expensive. Not that price is a big deal, but they just look like way more high end and way more scale than these. This is just very plain. And there's a lot of different rings, different designs you can pick from, different colors. You could even do, and I consider doing this, you can get an anodized color, take the face of this, put it on like a flat surface with some really fine grit, like 1200 grit, 1000 grit sandpaper, and just rub it until the anodizing comes off. You'll end up with silver, but you'll end up with whatever anodized color as like a little accent around all the edges. And that could look really cool. So a lot of different ways you can go about it. And then I replaced, of course, the 6 screws here for the hub as well with the metric hardware. I had a set of these already open, so I'm just going through those. But I'll link this kit up down below. You get 3 different sizes, and they work out perfectly fine. You get the larger size for your screws on your hub, and then the smallest ones for your beadlock ring. They are a little bit shorter. I'll show you. Well, here's the 2 screws side by side for your hub, pretty much identical. And then for the beadlock ring, you'll see they are shorter. They look so much smaller because the head is smaller, but so they are shorter, but no issues at all installing these. They get plenty of bite and they work out fine. I will show you another tip. These even come with the little drivers, so you don't even need to get special tools. You'll see each bag has its own driver because, of course, they're different head sizes, so you don't even need to go out and buy special tools here. Of course, the larger ones are made a little bit more precisely. What I found is the smaller ones, they don't fit like perfect, but they're completely good enough to drive them in and tighten them up. Um, it's just when you get down to this size, they're not the most precise thing, but it does fit pretty good. And I almost feel like it's maybe more of the tool that wasn't super precise. So here's an issue that I had with this tool, and this is the size that fits for these screws. The head of this was too large to really fit in here, and of course you need to the head of that needs to go in because these sit, man, trying to use my giant hands on these tiny screws because these sit, deep inside there, which is cool because they're not going to get completely all all banged up, scraping against rocks and stuff. But so the head of this tool needs to fit, pretty far into there. So I just took a Dremel with a sanding drum, and I kind of just went around, or I took the sanding drum and just went around the edge of this just to take down some of that bit diameter there. And then also to get a better grip on the tool, I did also put on a flat surface with some fine grit sandpaper, and I just kind of went around like that. It had a little like concavity, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, to this, and it just didn't really. I found like this, once I flattened this out, it really grips the head of the screws better. And these don't need to be insanely tight on here. I am just using a teeny dab of purple Loctite before I put them in so they don't back out. So I mentioned the tool, the fitment isn't the greatest on these smaller screws. It's definitely the tool. The screws, the head on the screws is actually pretty good, because I forgot I had this other little driver. I forget if this was an SSD. I'll try to find info on this, but you can find like Scale Hardware drivers. And when I use this instead of the one that came with it, this is fine. You just have to be careful. Just really press down pretty hard, and don't over tighten them. It kind of can round out a little bit if you're not super careful, but it works fine. You'll get through a whole wheel set no problem. And every kit you order comes with a brand new tool, so no big deal. But yeah, if you have one of these, you're good to go. The heads are actually nice. This was a little driver for, I don't know, fit into a tool or something. I just wrapped tubing around it so I can turn it into a little hand driver. And it works great because it also fits in here way better because it's a thin wall. So if you want to make your life even easier and you're going to be doing a lot of Scale Hardware in the future, pick up some good quality tools. Definitely makes life better. And that's pretty much it. I really like this look. I mean, this is so much nicer. The screws alone, even if you want to keep your beadlock rings, this kit is like, I want to say it was like $15, and you get 100 of each size screw. Of course, you're going to burn through these outer ones much quicker, but I'm pretty sure Injora also sells these. I'll have to look. I'm pretty sure you can get just the individual sizes. So you could just get extra of the outer ones, but I mean, it's a good deal. So really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully this is something you guys didn't know about, and you get yourself some fancy wheels built up here on the cheap. I mean, you're looking at like, you could probably pick up RC Lions 1.9 beadlocks like these for, these are just like the method copies. I don't know, on sale sometimes they're $29. On every day, like probably $35. These I think were $13 for 4. You're looking at $15 for these, and you end up with a really nice wheel. And then you want to go one step further and get some weight on these. You can get the brass rings, the beadlock rings in here for like another $15-20, and you're in business. So hope you guys like it, and stay tuned for more of this, whatever whatever this is going to turn into. But I like it so far. I'll show you really quick. Got a little roll cage interior going on, and this is going to look way cooler once it's all kind of built up. I just threw, I don't know, stinger bumper I had lying around. I got a different light coming for here. I got another roof light, so when the top rack is going to sit over the cab and then come to the back, and then I'm going to use, I'm going to have some posts. These are actually like frame spacers, but I'm going to use these as posts to support the rack, the roof rack, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna look cool. So that's it, guys. Stay tuned. See you in the next video. Later.